Rosemarie.
If your audience is live, shouldn't you be as well? I don't mean to come across as presumptuous, but I think you owe it to yourself and to your audience to bring some life to your speeches. You have the ability to bring some character and personality every time you get up on the stage. I attended 3 live speeches, and I noticed that each speaker had a very distinct disposition about themselves as they spoke. I thought it would be fun and interesting to consider how we might be coming across when we're up here giving our speeches. I brought along some friends of mine today to help us do some comparison and illustrate 3 very different types of speakers: a donkey, a fish, and a leopard. Each one of these creatures has unique character traits. Let's take a light-hearted look at each one and see if any of you can identify with a specific species. A donkey. A donkey is light brown or gray. They're kind of boring. They're stubborn, very laid back. They're not too exciting. Now, the world's most famous donkey, we all know, is Eeyore. So I went to the website to research Eeyore. And he is gloomy and pessimistic and depressed. He doesn't even expect much from himself. He doesn't expect much from anybody else either. That's just who he is. That's the personality that he comes across as. His catchphrase is, "Thanks for noticing me," and "Okay." A donkey. Now, some speakers actually come across that way, don't they? They seem gloomy, they're not really excited, they're up here, they don't really care about their audience. They just want to get the speech done and over with. And I'm sitting back there thinking, are they even alive? Is there anything going on inside there? Now, the Random House Thesaurus, which you can look up a word and it'll give you synonyms. I looked up the word live, and there were words like fiery, blazing, and hot as a synonym for the word live. A donkey will never be described that way. Now, a fish. Describing a fish is a lot easier. They're pretty happy. They're swimming around in their bowl. They're just glad to be there. They don't really have a set pattern or direction. They're not worried. They swim in circles. They're just happy. They're really content to just kind of be there. We love to watch them, though. Who doesn't like to watch a fish, right? They swim around. But here's the thing with the fish. You're watching it, and then all of a sudden it's over here, and then it's over here. You never know which direction he's going to go in, right? So he's kind of hard to follow. And they don't really stand out in a crowd, especially when they're in a tank with a bunch of other fish. They just don't stand out in a crowd. So I know what you're thinking. Some of you are thinking, hey, a fish is better than a donkey. And I would agree with that. Some speakers don't want to stand out. They're just happy the speech is over. Thank God. Let me just go back to my seat so I can blend in with the crowd. I'm just happy it's done. On February 20th of this year, the Tribune Business News of Washington published an article called One to Remember. And it was all about artists that went to the Dubai International Jazz Festival. And who stood out the most. Now, a fish was not at the top of their list. Macy Gray was, and she brings us into our last category, a leopard. Macy Gray is a leopard. Now, the word leopard itself, just when you say the word leopard, I mean, it just gets your senses going. It's a leopard. It's alive, it's smooth, it's exciting. I mean, don't you want to be a leopard? They're captivating to watch. A leopard is also very tactful, and they know exactly what they're going to do, because they've rehearsed it over and over in their mind. Just when they're out in the wild, too, they're looking at their prey, they're looking at their audience, and they go, I know exactly how I'm going to accomplish this, because I've rehearsed it. I know what I want. They command attention with their presence, and you can easily spot a leopard. Words spoken are more than a sound. They are a creative force. Those words are taken from a book titled Forces That Form Your Future. Your future is now. I think it's safe to say it's a jungle out there, and you need to stay alive. You never know. Someone in your next audience could be looking for your exact type to add to their collection. So, try not to be a depressing donkey. Try not to swim in circles like a fish. Be the leopard that grabs their attention and give that killer speech.